All right, Taurus, welcome into your weekly reading. This reading will cover the period of March 7th through the 13th. I'm going to go ahead and get some advice from the Oracle on what's going on for you this week, as well as a couple of tarot cards. There'll be an extended available at the end of this reading. If you'd like to continue on, I'll go ahead and clarify what's going on for you this week, Taurus. As well as getting some advice from your messages from your animal spirit guides. So let me go ahead and get started here. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel, as well as give a thumbs up if you appreciate this content. Also, any and all comments are appreciated, as well as any content you would like me to go ahead and produce. All right, Taurus, so let's talk about what's going on for you for the week of March 7th. So the 7th through the 13th. For this week, across all signs, so this is Taurus, Venus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Ascendant sign, same thing there. Or if you are in a relationship or know someone who's a Taurus, or have a strong Taurus placement in your chart. The deck I'm using this week across all signs is Believe in Your Own Magic. So that's the theme of this week's readings. And this is an oracle deck from Amanda Lovelace. So believe in your own magic, Taurus. What do you need to know for the week of March 7th? March 7th through the 13th. What magic the Spirit wants you to believe in? All right, so the card that comes out is Sword. Make the change. This is a 7 card. And in this deck, this is a woman who is in the process of, I don't know how well you can see that there, but she's cutting off her hair. I think the hair is a particularly interesting, an interesting kind of metaphor for who we are, right? There's so much hair politics, having long hair, short hair, straight hair, curly hair, all of the politics that go along with hair length, type, texture, how we take care of it. Definitely this sign also of thinking about one's femininity, right? The hair as a symbol of the yin energy, of the feminine energy, and with the sword being very much a masculine energy. That sword energy is that of the mind. There is this need to make a change, right? To take on a more masculine or yang kind of energy in one's life. So if you have been very much in your yin energy, right, very much in your feminine energy, this is regardless of whether you identify as, feminine or masculine. We have both energies inside of ourselves. But there is definitely this need for those Tauruses out there, right? So we're reading for Taurus to go ahead and make that change. And maybe Tauruses have been too much in their yin energy, right? So Spirit is saying it's time to make that change, to get that sort out, cut that hair, and embrace a bit more of their yang, right? It's time to bring out the yang for themselves, right? To step into their power a little bit more in a masculine sense. If you are already, I was going to say, if you're already in your masculine energy, you there's some way in which you're really not expressing it very well. You've also got this mirror here, right? So there's this seeing yourself in the future, this reflection that's going on for Taurus, looking into the future and imagining where you're going. And where you're going is someplace more in balance, right? So we have both the yin and the yang. This is not an either or situation, right? I've said that before, that what the universe is trying to bring in, love is really about balancing the yin, balancing the yang energies, the proper flow of chi is to have those in balance. So what Spirit is saying here is that we need to get into balance by making some changes, make that change, right? Bring out your sword. So the other piece, right, the other symbolic piece here on this for this card is the sword itself. The sword is very much about speaking one's truth. The Ace of Swords in the tarot is definitely becoming clear about what you want, taking action, right, making the change. There's definitely some kind of change coming, right? So believe in your own magic, Taurus, this week. So I'm going to read from the book. This is a 7 card. There is a big life change. Let's go ahead and move this one up here. There's a big life change you've been thinking of making for a while now. This is a sign that you need to trust your instincts and take the leap. Whether you're thinking about cutting your hair or finding a job better suited for you, do the thing and do it with confidence. So there you guys go. It's time to step into your power, to be more confident, make those changes. Definitely an external expression, right? The hair is forward facing in the world, not an internal change as much as we're looking for something in the external, our jobs, our relationships, something that you can see in the physical world, in the 3D world. I'm going to go ahead and get some tarot advice. I'm using the Mother Peace Tarot deck by Vicky Noble. I love this deck. It is a round deck, very much feminist oriented, feminist kind of imagery, using images from a variety of cultures and peoples. Skin tones there, but this is the Mother Peace round tarot deck. So we're going to go ahead and look at a couple of different energies, what's going on. I want to first focus on what you think is going on, Taurus. What's the change that's sort of circulating around you that you're trying to bring in this week? Then we're going to see what in fact, is sort of going on in the situation, because there can be a difference between how we see the situation versus what is in fact is going on, to see to what degree what's going on for you versus what Spirit says is kind of happening in the situation. Then what the universe wants to bring in, and then also what you might not be aware of, or sort of hidden, subconscious, kind of hidden from view, from your view. So it's 4 cards we're going to go ahead and pull here. All right, I think I have enough. So to begin with, for your energy, we have here the Shaman of Swords. And so in this deck, the Shaman is the King. So King of Swords, for sure. And then what's interesting again in this card, we have that feminine in a masculine expression, right? So the King of Swords is very rational, very calculating kind of energy, coming in very clear, using your yang energy in, a very expressive, out in the world kind of way. And also speaking to one's desires, right? More about what can I sort of get, what can I kind of build, sort of a taking kind of energy as opposed to a giving, or more of a receptive energy. It's like a doing energy. That's our yang energy. But what we have is the face of this woman, right? Who's in this masculine, this yang energy, being very forceful. Again, that's swords. So already, Taurus, what this tells me is you have in mind a kind of change that you need to bring out, a truth and clarity. There's a picture of a ladder here, right? Like you're trying to climb somewhere, get to be the eagle, get to a higher vision, a higher place in your life. There is something inside of you wanting to burst out of you, a clarity and a truth about who you are, and using your voice to get there, right? So there's certainly this sense of wanting to be in a commanding position, being very much ready to get out there, make that change, Um, I'm going to see what's going on in the actual situation, but for sure, Spirit, with the Oracle card being make the change, you're thinking about a change, and Spirit is saying make that change. What's going on in the environment? Right, we have the Moon card here. So this is an interesting also depiction, the moon representing our shadow, maybe some of our secrets, and how what's unspoken or what's unknown to us, our dreams, our fears can be in the moon. In this particular card though, this person is in water, right? Like, so you can see the woman there in the water, and she's just taking in the moonlight. We see the goddess in the moon, shining. There's a sense of being at peace because you have done that inner work. You have done, sort of tapped into your yin energy, and you're ready to go and move into balance, right? You've accessed the depths of your soul and your heart, and now you're ready to take that out into the world and set a new course. There's a change that needs to be made. You've done your healing work. You've been to your shadow, and now you're emerging, right? There's a sense of emerging. These are very kind of contrasting yet complementary, right? So we've done the healing work of the moon, and now we're ready to like take what we've found inside and take action, right? We're moving on, we're climbing that ladder, you're leveling up. All right, so I'm not sure what exactly, we'll clarify that in the extended, but what is going on is a sense of being true to who you are. There's a sense, this calming sense of having confronted and come to an internal truth, right? Like discovered yourself. In the moonlight, we see things very different than we do in the daytime. We can face some of our shadow selves, right? And come up with a sense of clarity. Sometimes it can bring out fear. In this case, in this deck, it's not. It's been a very healing kind of energy, a very healing kind of time. You've done that reflective work, right? That reflective, looking in the mirror, looking into self, seeing who you are. Spend a lot of time like maybe wondering like, who am I? Or do I like what I see in the mirror when I get up in the morning, and who have I become? And is this what I want to continue to do? So you've done that kind of internal work, and you're standing in your truth, right? Like this is standing in our truth. She's standing before herself, because that's the only person you need to be able to stand in front of is yourself. You need to be able to live and deal with yourself, because at the end of the day, it's our soul. It's our soul. So what are we bargaining, right? I talk a lot. That's what this channel is about here on Judgment Day. It's about what are you doing with your soul, like being at that crossroads of life. So the next card, we're going to look at what is Spirit trying to bring in, right? Sort of the chi, what's coming into balance. What is Spirit trying to bring into you? Okay. The Lovers. Camera's opposite of what I'm holding. So here in the Lovers card, there's a choice. And you can see in this deck, there are two teacups. And it's kind of love and hate. It's a love and hate, black and white, the polarities, the choices. On one cup is the Roman, this depiction of the sort of, I guess it's a Roman or a Trojan, somebody killing. And then someone loving and embracing someone. So what's the choice, right? This choice between love and hate. Are you going to continue... Are you going to make the choice for love? And that is what Spirit wants to have you bring in, a balance, to kind of even out this hot and cold, or this, it's really love and hate is what I keep seeing here. Like, which cup are you going to drink from, right? There are these two cups. One is a cup of love. One is a cup of hate. And this has to do a little bit too, right? When we think about how we look in the mirror, what are we reflecting? Is sort of the mask, right? There's a bit of a mask that goes on in a mirror when I know when I get ready, I look in the mirror and I think about how I'm going to present myself to the world. But, do I like what I see in the mirror, right? This comes out in the end. Do I like what I see in the mirror? Am I loving myself? Am I drinking from a cup of love? Or am I trying to be somebody I'm not, right? With the hair, I'm going to have this long hair and be this type of feminine, or this person that I'm supposed to be, right? Yins are supposed to have long hair, and feminines, I shouldn't say yin. Yin energy has a specific type of energy that goes with it, but how we construct femininity, how society tells us we're supposed to, feminines are supposed to behave in particular kinds of ways. And these rules, they're not necessarily what's working for you, Taurus. And so you're ready to make that change and come out and speak your truth. The last card is from the bottom of the deck. So I took the top one. And this is what's not obvious to you. So you've done a lot of work going deep within yourself, into your shadow, ready to come out and speak your truth this week. Spirit is trying to align you and making choices around love. Most importantly, right, self-love, right? Being true to who you are. What is it that's not clear to you? 10 of Swords. Okay, so in this picture, you can see that there are a lot of kind of people kind of falling off into the sea. There's swords flying. This looks like you're going to be kicking a lot of people out of your life. Like there's going to be, what you don't see coming in is tens are the end of a cycle. Choosing love, moving away from this choice between moving out of, right, making the choice from relationships that are toxic to relationships that are loving. So there's a cleaning of house that you do not see. So as you make this change, this decision to do you, this is what this is. This is a decision to do you. You're going to be cleaning some house, because there's some people in your life that just aren't about it. And you've done your healing work. You've gone within. You're good. You've made your peace. That's what this is, right? Like this woman, she's made her peace. She's happy. She's content. But now it's time to clean some house, right? The waves come in. These people are coming out of your house. Like, you got to get out. You ain't doing me no good. It's time to clean my house. I just think of this expression, your house is in disarray, Taurus, and it's time to clean it up. You just got a lot of people, and this is a lot of people here on this card that you're tossing to the ocean. There's a lot of people in your life that are just no good. You're done. You're getting rid of them. Bye-bye. All of your cutting words, all those swords are like all of the cutting things that people say to tear you down, to tell you how you're not good enough. It's over. You're making the change. Bye. I'm done, right? I'm done, like not hearing you anymore. So that's it. That's what you've got going on here this week. So good for you, Taurus, for making the change, having the courage. You already know what it is, right? You're ready. Like you're busting out. It's coming out, right, to the world. In this wonderful rainbow expression, right? All your chakras coming into alignment. We can see all those colors. If you're not familiar with chakras, those are the different energies that flow through the body, from the red root chakra up through the throat chakra we see here. The orange chakra being our solar plexus, like feeling like I can do. This ladder taking you to higher ground, taking you to the eagle, to see above, to get above, wherever you've been. You're done. This is a week of being done. You've done your healing work. You've been in your shadow. You've been in your cocoon, and you're ready to come out. And you're at peace, right? Like you've been in the moonlight. You've done your deep dive. You've done a lot of healing work here with the moon. And when you do that, the universe is bringing in, right, love. This is a lover's card. Love is coming for you. And time to clean house. Time to clean house. It's all right. You're cleaning house because you know what's good about cleaning house? It makes the air, it feels fun. It feels great when you clean the house, right? It's roomy. The energy is shifted. It's lighter. You're not so weighed down with all of that toxicity, all those swords that have gone flying. The other thing is, of course, the wonderful thing about it is now you've got space for things you do want in your house, things that you like to attract into your space. In particular, right, love. Love that current of alignment. This is being in alignment with spirit. This is being in alignment with you, with your soul and your soul's purpose. All right, if you're interested in continuing on with me in the extended, there is a link below. I'm going to do some clarifications to what's going on here behind these energies and get a message from your animal spirit guides. Got this great oracle deck. All right, otherwise have a good week, Taurus.